Let's move to something else. New research from AXA's latest Mind Health Survey study have shown that the UK has the worst mental health in Europe. The last 2 years have proved to be a difficult time for so many, with the pandemic affecting countries worldwide. It's the UK that seems to have struggled the most mentally. I wonder why that is, and indeed whether there's anything that we can do about it. Let's speak to Claudio Gienal, who is the Chief Executive Officer of AXA UK. Claudio, good morning to you.
Morning, James, and thanks for having me here.
Thanks very much indeed for joining us. So, look, mental health is one of these things that we didn't used to talk about it very much here in the UK. We do talk about it more now. Do you think that we've got a worse problem because people elsewhere don't admit to it, or genuinely there is a problem here in the United Kingdom?
Well, I think they are both sides. I think what we have seen in the research is that almost 4 out of 10 say that they have a mental health condition in the UK, which is more than anywhere else in Europe. But as you say, what we also have seen is that almost 50% believe that we are more open to talk about it and that we have less stigma around mental health here in the UK, which obviously would suggest that people are happier to talk about it and be open about it.
One of the things that people have cited is that this whole work from home thing has been particularly difficult to navigate for many. What's your company's attitude to bringing people back to the office? Is it we're open 5 days a week, we'd like you there? Is it that we're going to have a hybrid model, or is it that people will continue to work from home?
Well, I think the jury is still out exactly how it will play out, because what we need to find is something that works for both, for the employers and the employees. My stance on this is very simple, that as AXA, we will not go into full virtual mode. I do believe that human connection, seeing each other, being together means something and drives a better culture in an organization. At the same time, having everyone back, what we used to have 5 days a week, is not an option either, because that would mean that we haven't learned anything during the last 2 years. And there's much good that we learned about ourselves and how we can make our time work. So we need to bring that into how we look at this going forward. So flexibility will be definitely a key topic. But as I say, it's probably work in progress for most of us.
And I suppose it's also about how you manage your teams. I mean, there's no point in people coming into an office if you're not going to be able to get together. If everybody's taking different days off, if you like to work from home, then that's when the mess arrives. So I guess there has to be some level of organisation. Now, your survey has also revealed that it was women who struggled the most from stress, and it was also women's happiness and well-being that's been more negatively affected by the pandemic. Is that because we still create a male working environment, or is it because of other things?
Well, I think there are different elements in here. We don't have all the data, but everything that we see suggests that women have taken more chores during the pandemic, looking after kids, looking household, which has just increased the stress levels during this time. Now, when you look at the workplace, we have a bigger challenge for all of us. And when we look at the numbers, we only have 4 out of 10 employees who say that they get good mental health support at work, either because they don't have it there or because they are not aware of it. So we need to work on it, because the difference it makes to someone who gets good mental health support is incredible. An employee who gets good support at work is 1.6 times more likely to be happy, or almost twice as likely to be flourishing. So it's good not only for the organization, it's definitely good for the individual, but also for the families they live in and the communities they live in.
From your perspective and your company's perspective, how long until we get over the pandemic?
Well, I think the scars are deep, but I think we are really resilient. That's one of the things we have learned I think the whole nation, that we are resilient. We will find a way out of it. I don't have the crystal ball to tell you when this is over. I think that everything would suggest today that the virus is here to stay, but I'm very confident in our capability as human beings, but also as a nation, to cope with it, and we'll find a way through it, and we will learn to live with it.
Well, I think we certainly will, and it's certainly going to be interesting to see, I suppose, how companies continue to respond. Is there somewhere where people can find out more about your mental health study?
Yes, we'll find on the internet, you will find our site. There's a mental health well-being hub with all the information on it. There are a lot of tools out there. But I do think there's, for me, one big hope was in here, is that we have seen that people say that they want to talk about this with their kids. So yes, please use this, because I do believe personally, as a father of 2 daughters, that we ought to talk to our children about this, because that's how they learn. And we should also be a good role models, actively pursuing physical exercise and mental well-being, because that's how they ingrain it in their own fabric of lives. And that's what will make their lives better.
Well, it's certainly appreciated that you've joined us this morning to talk about it. It's something that does need to be talked about, and any tools which are available is much appreciated.